A bad tenant can cost you thousands of dollars in unpaid rent and damages, but a bad tenant screening process that can cost you entire business and a fair housing lawsuit or direct violations of Philadelphia Code. I'm Yuriy, a licensed real estate broker and certified property manager here in Philadelphia with TrustArt Realty. And today we're talking about the legal landmines of the tenant screening in Philadelphia. I'm going to teach you what you can and more importantly, what you absolutely cannot do when you screen tenants in Philadelphia. And when you select your next renter under the Renters Access Act, let's start with the application process. In Philadelphia, before you can even accept an application or an application fee, which there is a limit how much you can charge for the fee, you're legally required to provide the applicant with your uniform screening criteria in writing or electronically. You cannot just make up the rules as you go. So what you can actually screen for, you can look at income, relevant criminal history, ID verification, relevant credit history, and rental references. But here's what you absolutely cannot do in Philadelphia. First, you cannot have a blanket exclusion policy based solely on a credit score. Second, the rules around evictions completely changed. You cannot have a blanket policy that says no evictions. You cannot screen for any eviction that is 4 or more years old. And you also cannot deny an applicant for an eviction that did not end up in a judgment for the landlord or that was sealed or withdrawn, or the one that was filed during COVID-19 emergency period. Third, if you deny an applicant, you cannot just ghost them. By law, you must provide a written or electronic statement of rejection within 3 business days, and you must include copies of any third-party reports you relied on. Finally, you must give rejected tenant a chance to dispute the decision. A tenant has 48 hours to notify you that they want to request reconsideration. If they provide evidence that they can satisfy the obligations of tenancy and you own 5 or more rental units in City of Philadelphia, you're legally required to offer them your next available unit of comparable size and price. Screening tenants in Philadelphia is no longer just about finding someone who can pay the rent. It's about keeping yourself out of court. If you want to make sure that your screening process is 100% compliant, or if you just want a professional team to handle the liability for you, reach out to us at TrustArt Realty. You can fill out the form at trustartrealty.com.